And so when Jesus says, watch out for these false prophets because they are in sheep's clothing. It might be gentle, it might be subtle, it might sound nice, it might sound loving, but it's false. And so he says you need to be careful. And he also says, by the way, you can spot them. You can spot false teaching. He said, just look at what they're producing. He calls it fruit. And the fruits of Jesus' teaching is that people were making Jesus Lord and leader of their life, meaning he's in charge. Meaning Jesus is above feelings. Jesus forgives. He was allowing the blind to see, the deaf could hear. People heard the word of God preached. It changed people. They denied themselves and they followed him. That was a fruit of his teaching. Some of the fruits of false teachers, and Jesus told them this so they could discern. Legalism is that people feel like they're never doing enough. And if you've ever been in a religious system that was full of legalism, you feel like you could never do enough for God to love you completely. And asceticism, it was just people harming and mutilating their bodies because the body was evil. Antinomianism was that you gave into all feelings and desires and doing whatever you wanted with the body. That's a fruit of a false teacher. Doceticism is refusal to believe that Jesus came in the flesh in the body of a man. So they could have seen that and could have watched out for it and could have prayed and paid attention. So what Jesus is teaching them is, this is how you discern false teaching among you. You need to look at the fruit and you need to examine the fruit of the teaching and see where it's from.